about scarcity, abundance, rectitude, and sloppiness. If we look at nature, you're in a wooded area like this, and you look at all these little trees. They're all very straight, shooting straight up. They are all heavily competing for sunlight that's being blocked by the canopy of other trees above them. So what do? They shoot straight up. Wherever there's that little patch of light over top of them, they go for it. Look at them. Very straight. Growing in a very scarce environment. If the tree canopy is, if the trees here, that the trees look very dense underground, it's even more dense with roots, competing for the nutrients, the humidity, everything. So all the trees are doing the most to get to that sunlight for the photosynthesis and to get energy and to expand their root system with the energy, become stronger, and overshadow other trees that are trying to compete with them. It is brutal. But then I look at a tree in a pasture, same tree. Here's a hackberry. Oops. Here's a hackberry. Look at this. Straight. This same hackberry in a pasture with no competition will not be this tall. It will be short. It will develop limbs all over the sides. It will become a very sloppy tree, a lazy tree. It's not good for anything. It's not good for wood. It's not good for furniture. Nothing. It's just good for bulldozing. And that tree has everything to be a good tree, but it turns out to be a bad tree. It turns out to be a bad tree because it had everything. It had too much light, too much isolation, too much abundance of everything. It just grew without bounds. It didn't grow in a straight way. Straight as in correct, straight as in tall, straight as in rectitude. So apply this to society. Look at society. You give anybody in society too much, and what do they become? They don't become tall, straight trees, upstanding. They become lazy. They become lazy, sloppy. But yet in places where there's no such thing as freebies, people tend to compete a little harder, and they tend to acquire things that they take care of, and things that make them prosper, assets that produce things for them, and they become upstanding societies. Food for thought here, guys. It is wrong to go against nature. This is what these trees kind of show you how it was intended to be. This little same tree here, this little straight tree that you see up there, that's a honey locust. Out in the pasture, they're all over the place, short and just bushy. That one I can turn into a fence post. It's a good tree for me. The ones in the pasture, nothing. They're no good. Just good for make my tires flat. So think about that. Abundance, not abundance of resources. Abundance as in, I guess, abundance as in free stuff. Unchecked. It's not good. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for a group. It's not good for people. Because if they haven't earned it, it's not going to do them any good. It doesn't do anybody any good. Think about it in terms of our current societal problems that we're having. The people that are complaining the most, bitching the most, are the people that have been on welfare for generations, and they haven't been prospered. They haven't prospered one bit. It's not the man keeping them down. Well, in a way, it is. Unintended consequences, I guess. Or maybe it's a sinister plan. I don't know. Maybe it's a new form of slavery. Give people everything they need and then some, and you will keep them hooked on some other form of slavery, like drugs and debt and all kinds of other things. I don't know. But all I know is that the results are true. Out here in the pasture and in society, you give too much good of anything to somebody, and you will spoil that person. You'll turn them into a no good person, no good tree. Think about that. Until next time, folks.